Hello and welcome back. It's finally happening, Masters of Arena 6. It's beginning. We are in the round of 64 qualification stage. This is the first match that was played. TaToH playing in red as the Koreans. His opponent, waldsee, is playing in yellow as the Burmese. waldsee, according to the profile, a high 1700, low 1800 maybe, a rated player from Poland. TaToH, of course, Spanish, Gamer Legion. I think we all know him. And the first game, Koreans against Burmese. And that's a matchup we could see in Standard Arena, but this of course is Clown Arena. The players are closer to the middle, they're closer to each other. So the standard scout light cap opening into go for some relics, fight for them, 3TC, 4TC, boom. Yeah, that's something that JonSlow and DracKeN were hosting this tournament wanted to prevent, and we do see TaToH with a very unique build order already. 31 pop castle age, and he's got 620, 640, 650 stone in the bank already, but he's got 8 villagers on his main stone. So this is going to be, I had a look at it before, a double castle rush with the Koreans. He's going to build castles at home. As for my mouse, yeah, there it is. As for waldsee, he is going with villagers on stone. He's up to castle age. There's the monastery coming up. He is going for the iron bar as well. A little bit of a scout fight here. waldsee, I think, is going to win this, but it's not really that important because TaToH is not really relying on his scout. He's going for the first castle next to the main stone. Second castle soon to become soon to be built. Missing a little bit of stone yet, but yeah, that 31 pop fast castle age where you have a lot of resources. But getting a 1k3 bank of stone, it's not easy. And there it is. There is the second castle on the way. First castle coming up for waldsee. And as the players are so close, we're going to see the aggression starting very soon. Of course, there's waldsee trying to get some of these relics. As the Burmese, you get great monks. And I think that's maybe the only way to defend against the Koreans' double castle warbagons, as TaToH has +2 on the defense and +2 on the range and attack for these warbagons, so pretty much fully upgraded. Missing maybe, no, they don't really get the stable upgrades, right? Like bloodlines doesn't really make sense. I think they're siege units in that regard, but or maybe they're not. I don't remember. They're not. They are cav archer units, maybe. Cav archer siege units. It doesn't really matter. First engagement's happening. Iron by +1 defense. I think they don't get more. Monks will be very important, but TaToH has, what is that, 5 warbagons still on the field. It's going to be more. And he's got more military units, or he will have more military units very soon. That town center is not going up. Is he going to lose this? No, he's not going to build it. That makes sense. And now TaToH with 8 warbagons. And TaToH, of course, only 1 TC. How many villages on wood? That's like 8 villages on wood here. Another 9, so 17, 19 even. You need a lot of wood for the warwagon production. And as you can see, he's attacking the gate using the warbagons only. So these are so strong that you don't even need petards or any other form of siege. And as you can see, TaToH is moving in. waldsee is getting his army ready, but only 1 monastery means not too many monks here. That's 2 of them, but TaToH is able to take them down immediately. And now the Iron Barrier trying to defend the warbagons 150 HP. How do you kill these things? You don't. Not really, at least. And whether the university is not going up, the warbagons are dominating already. TaToH ahead by score, of course, as he's got double the military numbers, and that value of the military is so big. As for waldsee, he needed to attack into like triple monastery maybe when he saw that TaToH was going all aggressive, and that's not easy to do because you don't really have the experience at that level. You don't really see anybody going with a double castle warwagon rush against you, and that's castle number 3, by the way, coming up for TaToH here. DracKeN, of course, DracKeN, one of the hosts. And we have a second castle for waldsee going up. Probably the villages are not getting attacked. The TC might go down, and that second castle could maybe save waldsee a little bit. Now there's villages getting attacked. The castle is done, but waldsee on 37 population. That's and TaToH on 24 military units. And TaToH is saying, yeah, okay, you have a castle here, but I have my tanks and I can attack anything I want. So this is really good for TaToH. TaToH not really close to Imperial Age, but he could maybe gather the resources. Town center coming up between the extra stone down on that gold. But TaToH, how many village units? That's 29 already. That was a wood line before. Market is going down. Really important building at that point in the game, because you don't have a lot of economy, but maybe you have a little bit amount of gold that you want to use to get some food or wood in. Of course, at this point in the game, I think you need to go for iron buy. And monks, I think monks might have been the way. It's not happening. Those iron buy are getting microed, but that's just so many war wagons that waldsee is going to GG the first game. Very impressive strategy, and we're going to follow up with game 2 immediately. Now in this game between waldsee and TaToH, it's Franks and Burgundians, and waldsee is going for the 15-minute Frankish castle drop. Even got the scout below that gate, so it's attacking the house, and that means if the scout is actually standing there, could go in really fast. Let's see how TaToH is going to react with the Burgundians. I don't know. Do you go your standard 18 TC boom into Flemish Revolution? Maybe you do. TaToH is starting to wall off here apparently. He's got 3 villages on gold. Not sure what the plan is. He's again quite late going up to Castle Age. Maybe that's due to the fact that he wanted to go for a very big boom, but he needed to expect Franks to go with a castle drop or something, maybe with a fast Imperial Age. Let's see how waldsee is going to do this. Yeah, he is going for more stone. So we're going to see a second castle drop following up to put a lot of pressure on TaToH. TaToH in the meantime is saying, yeah, I know what's happening, so I'm moving out immediately. I have stone here, I have extra gold here on the right hand side, and I can put a TC somewhere outside. I could also put a TC in the back here. I could continue to stone wall the main stone forward though, so TaToH doesn't have so much stone available for himself. The main goal also forward. Really curious to see how waldsee is going to follow up. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a castle drop very soon. And there it is. The gate is open. As long as the scout is kept here, he can just move in with the villagers. But as waldsee doing at home, he's got 8 farms, so he is keeping villager production going. And 3 villages on stone. He's not so far away from that, what is it, 488 stone. But it's TaToH who is saying, yeah, I'm going with the town center forward even. On my opponent's second stone, I'm not quite sure about this one. Maybe he was expecting waldsee to patrol around, and waldsee actually cannot see this, doesn't have the vision to see that TC, so that could be a surprise if TaToH is going for the Flemish Revolution eventually. We are having that second castle coming up forward. Actually, TaToH is not walled here. waldsee could have moved more forward, but he doesn't see this. Didn't scout it, and that's a mistake in my opinion. Of course, he has the scout underneath that gate, but maybe he should have moved in, like keep a villager here, or maybe even 1 Axeman, and make sure that you know what you're going to do, because this is open, and TaToH is saying, yeah, I'm going with my TCs, you cannot build castles forever, and then he will try to defend using maybe monks or maybe siege if it's necessary. TaToH with a forward TC now, he's going for stone, but I'm still not sure what this is all about. He's got 800 food in the bank, and that's pretty much it. So big boom, yes, possible, but what else? Of course, TC is getting dropped now for TaToH. That's TCs number 2, 3, and 4 coming up. In the meantime, 2 castles to put pressure on TaToH's front here, but the castle needed to be more aggressive, I imagine, and now waldsee probably sees that this is open and maybe saying, okay, I missed a chance. He still should not be able, I can see the TC, so maybe Siege Workshop and going for that one. TaToH is on stone, 250 stone in the bank, maybe he wants to go for his own castle, and then I imagine we could see Kustal, yes. Of course, waldsee is closer to that I thought. The third castle, is he putting it up already? He's actually putting it up at home, and I like this idea. Defend your base, defend your forward gold, and attack that TC immediately. I'm pretty sure that's the right decision, and now the villagers have to go back. TaToH is with how much? What do we have? 24 stone left. That means he's going with his own castle, kind of covering his main gold, and that means we are most likely going to see either fast imp or the Kustal attack, and it looks like the fast imp for TaToH is happening after 4 TC, not really boom. 57 villagers, but he's probably stopped villager production entirely, and that's probably a good idea. We have waldsee not as close to the Imperial Age, while TaToH clicking up, and yeah, that second castle was not aggressive enough. He needed to go more aggressive, he needed to take that main TC, and maybe he needed to spot this TC, but that's really tough to do, and I imagine it's going to be very tough to defend this very aggressive strategy for an equal level player, but for TaToH, he knows what he's doing. He's just so strong. We do see another forward castle, a really forward castle, but a Custodier going in, and that castle is not going up. Now that was a very aggressive castle, which in my opinion was a mistake. It could have worked, but TaToH spotted it, and therefore should just delete that castle. And once TaToH is up to Imperial Age, we might see the GG. Now it's waldsee who clicked up to Imperial Age as well, and he's got the castle advantage. He's got 3 of them, but he's quite a little bit behind, and TaToH will be able to go for trebuchets immediately. He's going for another Townsend and a back, so he is somewhat preparing the Flemish Revolution if needed. Another TC coming up on the outside, so that's maybe 5 TCs now, 6 TCs, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's TCs number 6 on that stone, and that's definitely going to be the Flemish Revolution with trebuchets, or maybe it's going to be trebuchets alone. As for waldsee, he is almost up to Imperial Age, but he has less villages obviously, and he's losing the first forward castle to 2 trebuchets. That second forward castle is still up. It's not gonna stay up for too long, because trebuchets, yes, that's an option, but from way back, and TaToH with 2 traps already, third trap maybe on the way, and another TC coming up on the main gold. Now he's saying, yeah, that trebuchet, those trebuchets are actually going to be able to take that castle down. Double castle coming up, 1 for TaToH, 1 for waldsee, but there is Custodiers, and they're taking down villages so fast, and I think that's pretty much the GG, because now you lost a lot of stone here, you're losing villages. 1 trebuchet, another castle coming up, but yeah, nice castles, I love them. Very beautiful to see that both players are going for so many castles here. Don't forget TaToH on 121 villages, that's potentially 120 military units that could finish this game. Architecture even coming in from waldsee, I like this, but it's not going to help him. That trebuchet could get repaired, but it should go down, and TaToH doesn't need to repair, but it's just 3 against 1. We know this is going to end. Now he's sending wills, because it's 3 against 2, and I'm still waiting for the Flemish Revolution. I want to see it now. TaToH, do it! We want to see the reason why Burgundians are so damn strong, but maybe TaToH is saying, nope, I don't have a reason to do it. I'm winning this game like this without the Flemish. So maybe that's his idea, and I think those top players in the later stages of the game will be very interesting ideas of how to use the Burgundians if allowed. Like this, Burgundians in the first round, but I don't think we're going to see them in the later stages. You don't want to play against Burgundians, maybe you want to have them, but you don't want to play against them. Like this, game 2 is over, TaToH going with a 2-0 lead, and game 3 about to happen. I'm not sure what to tell you about this game. Both players, TaToH as Tatars and waldsee as Ethiopians, are going 5 TC boom. Minute 22, 5 TC is up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 TCs in one screen pretty much. And TaToH with the Tatars, of course, getting the extra sheep. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TCs. And looks like Clown Arena allows to boom if both players agree. It's waldsee who went for the relics. It's TaToH who is going with the first military units of the game, has an archer range now, is going for cav archers. But this could be anybody's game. Now it's waldsee who is going up to Imperial Age first. 107 villages. As for TaToH, 114, and TaToH going with the castle, waldsee going with the castle. Ethiopians against Tatars, I have no idea in that particular match what's the better civilization. And I'm really curious to see how long this game is going to be, because it's possible that we're going to see one big fight and it's over. But with 5 TC booming and both players fully boomed at minute 27, we could see a long game as well. Both players on their way up to Imperial Age, a lot of upgrades coming in. It looks like TaToH is staying with the cav archers to open with, but he doesn't have any upgrades on them yet. More archer ranges on the way. As for waldsee, castle number 2 coming up, archer ranges. We're going to see elite skirmishes as an opening. I don't like this. I hope he's adding in siege, because I would love to see Ethiopian siege archers, and I think that might be a good weapon against Tatars possibly. Like, go for helps, go for elite skirmishes if you need, and go for siege archers, and of course shuttle warriors. I would love to see them. Not quite sure if it's a good choice here, but that's TC number, what is it, 6 for TaToH, I think. waldsee not going for an extra TC, instead he's using a mining camp to get that gold. And we have 2 castles and 3 trebuchets hitting on that castle of TaToH. TaToH has a second castle behind this. Good amount of heavy cav archers, nice upgrades on those, and elite skirmishes against heavy cav archers. I guess this could go in any direction now. I'm really curious to see what is happening in this game. How are they playing 5TC Boom? Yeah, okay, it's round of 64. You can do it, of course, and if both players agree, why not? But is that what you're supposed to do here? I'm guessing anybody who could have went aggressive would have an advantage. Maybe not. Maybe waldsee said, okay, I tried it 2 times, going with the aggressive way. Now I'm going with the boom, and it looks he has a decent position. He's got map control. He's got another castle getting up. There is hussars now on the field, and they are going to eat these elite skirmishes, and that's why I wanted to see either halberdiers or shortcuts, because as the Tatars, you're supposed to go for cavalry units, and even heavy cav archers are cavalry units, so why not go for halberdiers immediately? The pikeman upgrade is free, now the barracks are coming up, but it's a little bit too late in my opinion. Still, the trebuchets are alive, but it's 3 trebuchets against 3, and that forward castle from waldsee is getting attacked by now 2 trebuchets. He's not repairing that one. He's got stone, but he doesn't have villages around, because they are building the barracks. So the castle is going to fall, and wow, that's a big queue of units. Look at this. So that's the full boom that you can see, and 145 against 144 villagers. That's just ridiculous. TaToH population kept at 195. It's gonna be a long game apparently. It could go in anybody's direction still. TaToH with a slight score lead. A lot of stables here. That looks like a, what is it called? Like very by plan. By you say, okay, here, go for that symmetry. Go for the 4-on-2, 4x2 stables. Now there's row number 3 coming up, and another castle to protect these resources. I like this. On the left hand side, a few elite skirmishes being annoying, and we still have trebuchets on the field for TaToH and 2 traps up for waldsee, but he cannot attack this castle. It's just too far away, and the heavy cav archers are doing quite some damage. First on the villagers, and then afterwards we're going to see the hussars probably going to take down those traps, or maybe attack the arbalest. I don't know what's happening. We have a few idle military units here. TaToH is staying behind his walls, but waldsee is putting up a really nice game here, and I love this because 5TC Boom that I can just skip in this, like, let's call it recap of the games. Didn't want to show all of it. It takes quite some time to do this because you need to skip ahead to the part where it gets interesting, and now it might happen that I need to skip another part, but it looks we have enough action that that's not needed here. And TaToH has that enormous amount of heavy cav archers, and waldsee arbalest, yeah, they're not going to do the trick, I imagine. So he needs siege. I think he needs siege archers, or maybe just normal archers. He's going for the halberdier now. He's still got the resources. No, doesn't have gold. That's a big problem for him. Not sure where he spent that much gold. Maybe he's got a lot of that gold left. Yeah, that main gold is looking quite decent still. Needs a few more lumber camps, but that's not priority number 1 at this point in the game. And TaToH is now pushing out. He's got a score lead by 1k and more. And yeah, he's got the military numbers, I think. 51 against 30. So waldsee only on 160 population. He needed siege, I think, and he needed more trash units earlier, like the halberdiers. You need helps against those hussars. TaToH hussars with 2+5 pierce armor. That's beautiful to see. But we have the halberdiers. That's their biggest threat, and the numbers are not there. Castle halfway down. TaToH going with cat rams. Siege ram on the way. And with siege rams, I think those arbalest will be rendered not useless, but ineffective. And the heavy cav archers 80 HP against arbalest 40. We know this is going to end. And 7 pierce armor. 7, oh my god, pierce armor on those heavy cav archers. That's why you need siege, in my opinion, because you're not going to do the trick using foot archers and foot units only. So waldsee is calling it GG, saying good luck next. And I love this series because it had everything that you wanted, maybe except for a smash, but I think both players are not really the smash kind of guy. We have the clowns to do that. I hope you enjoyed this one. There's not going to be too many of these games on my YouTube channel because I won't have the time, but there's going to be a lot of streams from JonSlow and DracKeN and other streamers probably as well, other clowns, other player POVs. TaToH streamed these games on his Spanish-speaking channel, I think. So I hope you enjoyed this one. See you next games. Enjoy Master of Arena 6. GG.